Howdy everyone. In this video, I'm going to use 25 DNA keys to open 25 DNA chests to see if the rewards are worth farming these things. Now, if you didn't know, to get a DNA key, you need to beat a boss in a villain sector. DNA keys are a rare drop from bosses, but you're guaranteed one after completing each villain sector mission. Oh yeah, and throwing Taskmaster off the roof like that does rob you of a potential DNA key drop, but the drops are so rare, I'd rather just complete the mission to get the guaranteed DNA key, which you can see pop up in the mission rewards right there. It's also funny to toss him to his doom, so there's that. So I've done that 25 times. I've also gone ahead and let all my melee, ranged, defense, and heroic carrying inventory fill up. This is so that every drop from a DNA chest can go straight to the inventory locker, and I've cleared the inventory locker out too, so at the end of opening all 25 chests, we'll be able to see exactly what was obtained in all of them across one neatly ordered screen. Now, DNA chests can be found in a few different vault missions, but for this, I'm going to stick to the Snowy Tundra Elite Vault mission. I'll do it on the highest difficulty, which is Challenge 4. That makes sure that we have the best chance at getting the highest tier gear and the rarest rewards from each chest I open. There are 3 DNA chests in the Snowy Tundra. Here, I'm showing you a sped up run of all 3 chests, which is the run I'll repeat multiple times to get all 25 DNA keys. It should be pointed out that the DNA chests in this region might be set to serve up different gear to DNA chests in other regions. I mean, that's pretty likely since different gear can drop from different locations, so there's really no reason why this would be any different. But in my experience from opening DNA chests in different areas, the variation in gear isn't really noticeable enough to be a big deal if it's even there at all. I haven't really seen anything special drop from DNA chests in the past that couldn't also drop from gold chests or that can't also be purchased with units from the helicarrier vendor. There might be some rare items you can only get from DNA chests that I don't know about. That's also possible. But in hundreds of hours of farming, I can honestly say I have never seen it. Also, while I get that opening 25 chests isn't really an earth-shattering number statistically speaking, it'll still give us a good enough indication to see whether DNA chests stand out from the crowd or whether they're really no different than just opening gold and silver chests that you'll come across in normal gameplay. I suspect that they're not very different at all, if at all, and that's probably a good thing anyway, because I don't really want to spend time opening more than 25. At first I was going to try to open 100 chests to make it as comprehensive as I could, and as I was collecting DNA keys and that was taking time, I thought, nah, I'll do 50, but by the time I'd gotten to 20, I definitely decided 25 was the maximum limit for my own sanity. And really, it's enough to get a fair indication and general consensus on how good these chests are to farm. Plus, Premiere Pro absolutely choked on combining all 25 chests into a single screen, so any more would have killed it. That screen I'm talking about is this one. Yep, that's every single DNA chest I opened for this run in order from top left to the bottom right. Pretty cool, but we'll leave it at 25. Okay, so here's what we got. 26 pieces of gear, 6 legendaries, and 20 epics. The question is, are any of them special or even just good? Well, that one's not. Nothing good there either. This one's a 5-star, and it's not too bad, but its perk combinations aren't the best. This one's pretty crap too. Nothing special there. That one is also average. Nothing great about that one. And I would say also crap. So that's all of the legendaries. All trash pretty much, except for one which was roughly okay. And these epics are looking no different. See, the problem with gear farming in Avengers is that there are too many variables on each piece of gear that have to align for it to be good. First, you have to get the right rarity, being legendary obviously, or epic if not. Then you have to get the exact right mix of attributes like resolve and intensity, or resolve and might, or resilience and resolve, for whichever suits the combo that you need for the build you're trying to make. Then even if you get the right attributes, you have to hope for a 5-star and high values for those attributes, after which you also have to then get the exact right combination of 3 perks. The odds of having all of those elements align are on par with the odds of winning Lotto multiple times at once. And as you can see from these epics that I've been hovering over, not one of these pieces has an all-out great combination of stats, attributes and perks. Not one. None of these have stood out. And there have been no special named items either, so none of these pieces of gear are particularly special in any way. Every single one of these gear items, I would say, could have dropped from an enemy or been rewarded from opening a gold or maybe silver chest on a standard farming run. So I'd say results like that after hours of farming DNA keys and opening chests is pretty much Hulk rage inducing. But wait, we also have some artifacts to look at. We got 5 from all 25 chests, so 1 in 5 chests, which is pretty bad. That's a decent perk if you want to go farming, but overall, if you wanted these for a build, that's a pretty bad result. Also, Hulk rage inducing. And we're almost done, but not quite. There's a little bit more. It would have been hard to see on that screen I made with all 25 chests being opened, but one of the DNA chests dropped a rare pattern. So let's see what that gives us. It's a fractured outfit for Hulk and 250 units. Again, not special since depending on the stock rotation, the helicarrier vendor sells that skin. I know, I already bought it from the vendor, so yeah, I already had it. If you didn't have it, well, yep, that wouldn't be so bad, but again, it's not special. That said, I have obtained one pattern from a DNA chest before, and that too was being sold by the helicarrier vendor, but maybe patterns are a higher % chance dropping DNA chests. We also started with 9,664 units and got 250 units from that pattern, so we ended with 9,914. And we started with 569 upgrade modules and ended up with 944, so we got 375 upgrade modules from those 25 chests. So in the roughly 3 hours it took to farm the keys and open the chests, you could get way more upgrade modules and way more units from just doing basic chest farming pretty much in any location. So if you want my verdict on it, I would say this Hulk emote sums it up.